Many people have come to treat fear as if it were part of life's package. They wake up with their heart racing, their mind racing, and that tightness in their chest. And they think that's just how it is. But what if I told you that's not true? This constant fear, this anxiety that saps your peace is not God's dream for you. He didn't call you to just survive. He called you to truly live, with courage, with purpose, and with real rest that reaches even your thoughts. The truth is firm, but it liberates. There are soldiers fighting as if alone on the battlefield, when the commander has already assured victory. Anxiety, fear, and insecurity may knock on your door. They just don't need to make their home there. And in this video, I'll show you why. Because the Word reveals paths the world doesn't teach. Because there are promises you've left in the back of a drawer, and today, they need to return to your memory and your heart. If you feel like you're living on autopilot with a restless heart and your faith almost fading into a dying ember, stay with me. Today we're going to delve into a topic that can turn your life around from the inside out. This video is an encounter. It's a reconnection with the truth that shatters the invisible prison fear has built in your mind, brick by brick, thought by thought. Fear almost never arrives screaming. It begins with a whisper. It's that what if it's that haunts the mind. What if it doesn't work? What if I fail? What if God doesn't hear me this time? Without realizing it, the soldier retreats. He stops taking steps of faith, stops moving. He becomes trapped in a land of doubt, where each step feels like a giant risk. The problem with what ifs is that they steal the present. The terror of a future that doesn't even exist paralyzes the present. Life becomes pure defense. Everything is done to avoid pain, and along with it, joy is lost. The soldier builds walls to protect himself, and in the process, forgets to move forward. The heart lives on alert, but not at peace. When Jesus said, "Do not be anxious about anything," it wasn't just nice advice. It was a key to liberation. He pointed out a path to escape the cycle of catastrophic scenarios. This path is simple and profound. One step at a time, one day at a time. Trusting that God is already there tomorrow. Anxiety fades when you return to inhabit the now with faith. Many people carry the fear of not being enough for God. Does He still love me? Have I disappointed Him too much? This anguish hides a silent deception, that His love must be earned. This is not the gospel. It is religiosity disguised as humility that tires and weighs on the soul. God isn't a boss checking your daily report to decide if He still loves you. He's a father. Real parents don't give up when their child stumbles. Soldiers fail, yes. But soldiers who trust their general remember, the main battle has already been won, and grace covers even the bad days. Stumbles don't nullify a calling, they point to dependence. When the fear of disappointment becomes a prison, faith loses its anchor and becomes a burden. But when you understand God's love as a starting point and not a reward for performance, your soul breathes. Fear recedes. Worship becomes light, sincere, open-hearted, without masks or spiritual theatrics. Anxiety is often treated only as a spiritual enemy, but in many cases it's an emotional alarm. A warning from the soul saying you're overwhelmed trying to carry everything alone. And the answer isn't just to pray more. It's also to organize yourself internally. It's to adjust rhythms, limits, and priorities with wisdom and rest. An anxious soldier is not a weak soldier. He is a soldier without a clear mission. When direction disappears, any noise becomes a threat. Any obstacle seems like a giant. But when purpose aligns, anxiety fades. The heart hears the right voice amidst the noise, and courage finds room to grow. That's why Jesus didn't just calm fear. He gave direction. Go and sin no more. Follow me. He restored meaning, step, and direction. Faith isn't just believing, it's walking. Those who walk guided even in fear are no longer lost. Today's simple obedience opens paths that yesterday's worry never would. Not everyone who appears strong is well. There are soldiers standing but bleeding inside. Often no one sees the pain you hide behind the everything's fine message. God sees it, and He doesn't require you to be whole to keep fighting. He sustains you while you heal, and strengthens you while teaching you to rest. The courage to continue even without understanding is one of the most beautiful expressions of faith. It's not shouting verses as a slogan. It's whispering, "I still trust," with a trembling voice. It's rising again, even when tired, because you know who called you. It's accepting that weakness doesn't disqualify you. It brings you closer to the grace that is sufficient. The Bible is full of wounded soldiers who continued. Elijah wanted to give up. David wept until he had no more strength. Paul wrote wounded. And all were used by God. Even so, fear didn't eliminate them. Pain didn't freeze them. When God calls, even weariness becomes a tool in his hands and a testimony in our lives. God didn't promise a road without battle. He promised presence in every confrontation. Many people think faith is about avoiding conflict, but true faith is about facing it. It's about going forward despite fear. It's about moving forward despite insecurity. It's about declaring with the psalmist, "Even though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will not fear." Presence changes the valley. Trained soldiers know courage isn't the absence of fear. It's the decision to continue despite it. And there's something precious here. When you choose to face it, God multiplies your strength. When you stop running, heaven fights alongside you. Obedience opens doors that no amount of anxiety can close. If fear has been your constant companion, maybe it's time to invite faith to the table too. Tell yourself, "I wasn't called to live in hiding," because I wasn't. You were called to shine, move forward, and win. And victory begins with a seemingly small decision, not stopping today. Maybe this video is just a reminder, or maybe it's the spark your soul needed to break free from the shadow of fear. The question is, what will you do with this now? Will you continue living as if God created you to flee? Or will you stand as the soldier he called to win? Decision is also faith. Every day we have a choice. You can feed fear or strengthen faith. Which voice will you listen to tomorrow morning when anxiety hits again? The voice that limits and threatens, or the voice of heaven saying, "Arise, I am with you"? The response you give with your steps will write the next chapter. If this word spoke to you, write in the comments, "I am a soldier. I was not born to live in fear." And subscribe to the channel and activate the bell, because here each video exists to remind you who you are and who called you. Let's go together.